Hello my dear students. So today we will start a new chapter under the nutrition in plants. So what is the topic? Let's see the topic. Topic is the photosynthesis. That means in the green plants how they make the food. Today we will be discussing. Okay, so let's see what are the subtopics of this chapter. So first we will know what is the meaning of photosynthesis. That means what is photosynthesis. Next we will come where the photosynthesis takes place. That means sites of the photosynthesis process. Next, how the photosynthesis it will be completed. That means what were the materials needed for doing this photosynthesis, right? And after this topic we will be discussing what are the main stages, or rather you can say the steps of the photosynthesis. One by one we will be discussing, and at the last of this topic you will read about the importance of the photosynthesis. That means you know very well in our ecosystem how the photosynthesis it will be needed, right? So we know that as a result of the photosynthesis we are getting oxygen in place of the carbon dioxide, right? So that is one importance, and how in the ecosystem oxygen and carbon dioxide it is keeping in the balance, that is we will be discussing. So these are the subtopics of this topic. One by one we will be discussing. In the year of 1779, one scientist, he saw that with the presence of the sunlight, the plants, it is giving the bubble. But in absence of the light, it is not giving. So what is the gas name? He discovered that it is the oxygen. After that, one scientist named as the Jan Eisenhower, who discovered the name of this process as the photosynthesis, where the photos means the light and synthesis means it is putting together to make the something that is known as the food. So my question is, what is photosynthesis and why it is so much important? In case of the plant leaf, which is green in color, some materials or mineral it will take like oxygen, carbon dioxide, and inside of the cell which is known as the chloroplast, which is having the chlorophyll, it will trap the sunlight and it will be divided into two processes. It is the two process name: light dependent reaction and light independent reaction. So next we will be discussing what are the materials required for photosynthesis. Okay, look around all the green nature of the ecosystem. Plants are absolute necessary for making the photosynthesis. So the process of photosynthesis, if you look the green plants and if you go to the root part of the plant, this root it will absorb the water from the soil, and this water it will be going to the stem, and finally it will reach in the leaf. So like that it will take the light energy from the sunlight. So leaf it is a very important part to the photosynthesis process. So where it will be occurs in the leaf lamina, which is joined with the petiole with the stem. Large surface area for trapping the sunlight is very important for the photosynthesis process. If you look around the cross section of the leaf, so you will find one upper layer and one lower layer. Okay, the upper layer it is very much compacted cell layers which is having the chloroplast. Chloroplast contain the chlorophyll pigmentation, that is the green in color. And the next layer it is loosely arranged which is having the air spaces. Okay, and these are the red colored, which are known as the tube, to transport the absorbed water into the leaves. For example, the water and the water minerals. And with the help of the stomata, it is surrounded by two guard cell, which will be synthesizally, it will be opened, or rhythmically it will be closed. Whenever carbon dioxide it will be required, it will take from outside, and with the help of the stomata it will be getting inside. Okay, after that water and carbon dioxide, it will go to the chloroplast cell, like that, where the chlorophylls are produced. So now we will see and discuss the materials which are needed to produce the food. So let's take one PowerPoint presentation here. So already we have known that what is the photosynthesis. It will make the food with the help of what were the types of the materials. So let's see. What are the raw materials are needed for photosynthesis? For example, carbon dioxide, water and the sunlight. These are the raw materials which are needed specially for this process, which is known as photosynthesis. So this is the balanced equation 6 CO2 plus 6 H2O with the help of the sunlight, or with the presence of the sunlight and chlorophyll. It will produce the food that is known as the glucose, which is C6H12O6 plus 6O2. In the word equation, what we can say, carbon dioxide and water with the help of the sunlight and chlorophyll together, it will produce the glucose, and as a byproduct it will release the oxygen. So site of photosynthesis already we discussed, where the green leaf or the green chloroplast is. So here with the help of the picture we have represented that what were the raw materials needed for photosynthesis. Sunlight, and in the one side it is showing here the carbon dioxide, and from the root it will take the water. So together it will produce the food for the plant body. So in the next we will be discussing the basic steps of the photosynthesis. So students, now we will be discussing the steps of the photosynthesis. Okay. So the first step is how the sunlight it will be trapping with the help of the chlorophyll pigment. So sunlight, it is very much needed for the giving energy. So for the energy, the sunlight, that means basically the photons, this particle is very necessary for doing the photosynthesis process. Next, the step is photolysis. The second step is photolysis. So what is the meaning of photolysis? Photo means with the help of the sunlight, the lysis of water. That means the water, it will be breaking down with the help of the sunlight, that is known as the photolysis. And the third is the carbon fixation. Carbon fixation means actually whenever it will produce the glucose material, so that glucose material, basically the symbol is C6H12O6. So here the carbon, the 6 molecule of the carbon, how it will be getting fixed, that is known as the carbon fixation. From the, means actually the carbon of the glucose, the source is the carbon dioxide. So from the carbon dioxide, it is the source of the carbon towards the glucose. Okay.